Welcome back. We're not even halfway done with summer yet. It may be raining today, but we're going to still have plenty of sunny, hot days left this season.
That we can be sure
We can guarantee you that.
Yeah, and while you might be keeping yourself safe and out of the heat, our furry friends have their own challenges during the summer months. So joining us to explain how we can keep our pets safe is Chelsea, Croy, and John Ledbetter with Dogtopia. And Zeke here this morning, who is adorable. You guys can't see his hind legs because we wanted you to see his beautiful face, but he's like sprawled out.
He is.
I feel like he's cooling himself, right?
He is, and he's got his raincoat. He's got his Dogtopia raincoat on since it's going to be raining today. So
I mean, you would think, okay, people who live in Houston know that it's hot for your animals, but there are things that we might think, oh, they love being outside. And dogs can stay out and not even realize that they're overheating. Is that true? Like, I know some people they just love to be out there.
Yeah, absolutely. It's actually very important that you don't leave your dogs outside for more than 10 to 15 minutes at a time.
Wow.
yeah.
What are some of the other challenges that they face in the summertime?
Oh, the heat is, of course, here in Houston is the major one, and kind of in the house, in the backyard is probably the biggest one. Like Chelsea said, 10 to 15 minutes outside max. But the challenges, it can be diminished with water, of course, and shade. Just good common sense things. Also, there's a lot of poisons outside in our plants. We got to keep that in mind. That we need to keep an eye on that, and we can control that.
Are there some common plants that we have here in our area that people usually have outside that they shouldn't be around?
Yeah, there's 6 or 8 of them that people should go on and look into those and see if they specifically have those. But it's easy as some of the cactuses, what we use to help with sunburns, you know,
really?
as a matter of fact, you wouldn't know it. But I went blank on it, all the succulents and so forth, not good with them. So
like if they were chewing on it, obviously it's hazardous, it's poisonous?
That's correct. Exactly right. Some of the sago palms, for example.
I was trying to remember the name of that one.
That's the primary one that people have around the Houston area and so forth.
Yeah.
And they are, if they're ingested, they can hurt your pup. So there's a lot of safety tips you can provide in the summer for those.
Right.
Yeah. Let's talk about their paws, because when we talk about the heat, here's 2 things I've heard. I've heard that, one, if you put your hand on the sidewalk and it's too hot for your hand, then it's too hot for their paws. But I've also heard that their paws are designed to be a lot tougher than our skin is and can withstand a lot greater heat. Is that true?
Right. So if you set your beautiful Comet down right and goes walk around the black, you've seen, yes, exactly. That's not fun when you see them dancing. That means the asphalt is way too high. That black asphalt in an 80, 85 degree day even can be at the level where it'll injure their skin.
Just like when we start doing that, like when we're running from, the door to the pool.
You've been there.
If they do that, then that's an indication that it's too hot.
Yeah, and the best way to check, a lot of people go down and feel it. Don't feel it with the palm of your hand, feel it with the back side of your hand.
Oh.
Okay, that's what the pups feel. Yes, they are built differently with their pads, but they have sensitivities big time to the heat on asphalt.
Good
yeah.
to know.
Okay, so you always see like dogs digging in the yard, like they're after something that we can't see. Bugs, cicadas are big this time of year. That's fine. I would think that's fine for them, right? I mean,
a lot of the digging that we see, it actually is a method of them using to cool themselves. The deeper down you get, the cooler the dirt is. Bugs, all that fun stuff. Dogs are going to be dogs as long as it's nothing excessive.
Okay.
They could have 1 or 2 cicadas as a treat.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because my dog was actually just doing that yesterday, and she doesn't dig often, but she was digging while we were outside yesterday, and then ended up with a slug on her ear, which I, of course, thought was gross. But none of that is harmful or an indication that something's wrong.
Yeah, not at all. Not at all. They get into that. So.
All right.
Some of the other safety tips that we always talk about is on the go. So when we're in our cars, buckle these babies up. Okay. Both the problems of in and out of a car can be reduced significantly. Something as simple as their little doggy seatbelt that you can plug in either around the back of the headrest or into the seatbelt. Just restrain those pups to keep them from getting in trouble, or if we do have a wreck or a quick stop or something is really helpful.
Yeah.
Dogtopia supports what's called supports the Sleepy Pod, and they're on our website if people want to check them. It's dogtopiashop.com. So Dogtopia Shop is all Dogtopia branded merchandise, and there's a safety section in there. There's another wonderful section at the bottom I got to mention. It's for the foundation, Dogtopia Foundation at the very bottom. We get back to our veterans by getting them just 100% trained service dogs, okay?
Oh, wow.
These dogs cost about $6,000 to train. We partner with Canines for Warriors to do that, and it's really cool. We're doing scientific searches and research that commits science and shows how science benefits these veterans, okay?
Yeah.
We're losing 22 of them a day. I don't know if you know that, to suicide.
Oh, wow.
And we can make a huge impact by simply getting them a service-trained pup. So
Yeah.
that's the Dogtopia Foundation.
Yeah.
It's a huge difference.
Great.
Cool. Well, we'll put that information up on click2houston.com so people can go to your website and learn more about it.
Yeah.
right.
Chelsea, Croy, and John Ledbetter, thank you for coming into the studio.
Thank you for having us, Haley.
And Zeke, I can't
And Zeke, absolutely.